Friends,
We're here.
it's Noah Zacharin in the music room in Waxahachie, Texas. Look at the stars up above. They are no one else's stars. They watch us making love. And the birds will say when it's morning again. And they think that we're in love again. You know the way the pale heart sings so mournfully till suddenly it finds its wings and flies from branch to branch to celebrate a second chance. Think that we're in love again. What a little mystery you become. Your canvas is a dozen shades of blue. And where, sweet mystery, did you come from? Where do you go when you slip from view? On this cool night, come lie with me, where shadow and moonlight weave in harmony. And remember back when it was all before remembering. Think that we're in love again. Hey, don't you think that we're in love again? Thank you, Waxahachie.
What a pleasant surprise. I love that song.
Thank you.
Welcome, Noah. We've
you.
been
Nice to be
waiting
here.
for you
Wonderful
to
to be
get
here.
here, and here you are, and we couldn't be more pleased.
Yeah, thank you. Same here.
So tell me a little bit about In Love Again. What inspired you to write that song?
Girl.
Well, yeah.
It was there was a really particularly productive time in my life. When I was still living in the big city in Toronto. I had a wonderful little backyard and quiet neighbors, and at a certain point, what the other job that I was doing, they were shut for renovations, and I would wait eagerly for Friday's call to say that the place was not going to open for another week. And I had an opportunity to sit in the backyard and write songs, and so it's a lot of what's in the song is quite literal about what I see, but just the freedom to sit in the backyard. And it was summer, and the weather was
Perfect.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And a couple of bottles of beer and a guitar.
And voila, In Love
there
Again.
You have it.
Yes.
Simple.
You have another song called 17 Minutes. What's that about?
It's about a train.
Okay.
And it's about a girl.
I sense a pattern here.
I wrote this song in Chicago. I was visiting with a dear friend of mine, Sue. She was working on a record, and I was there. I played some guitar for her on the record. And I'm not a professional sleeper. I'm poor at it. I'm still an amateur. Yeah, it's very bad. And she happened to live at the time. She lives by the lake, by the bird sanctuary. But at the time, she was living in a building right next to the elevator train.
Oh no!
And I know that she gave me the room that she deemed to be the quieter one. But
if there's such a thing near the L,
what are you going to do? It goes by.
yeah, hard to compete there.
It shakes the thing. So I like to tell people that instead of grousing about it, which I might have, because I didn't get to sleep. I just here's another thematic thread. There was some beer in her fridge, and I stayed up and I wrote this song.
All right.
And a lot of it's made up, but the train was definitely not made up.
Yeah.
Flowing river don't mean much to me. No wind from the north rattling the leaves. Only steam and whistle wheels that shake the joint. Metal on to the vanishing point. Train passed by every 17 minutes. Each one got one of my old loves in it and all. Oh, I'm gonna miss that train. Now sweet jelly roll, whiskey in the jar. I roll for the 9, I got snake eyes in my own backyard. But I'm alright with how she got free. My watch keeps good time, my knife keeps me shining company. Train passed by every 17 minutes. Each one got one of my old loves in it and all. Oh, I'm gonna miss that train. Train blow a whistle like babies loving, sweet in the leaving as it is in the coming. And I'm gonna miss that. Now stars fall from a quiver in the sky. And by pond I'll shiver, splashed by the sound of goodbye. But everything is diamonds, everything is cold. Around the blues band there's a bluegrass banjo roll. Train passed by every 17 minutes. Each one got one of my old loves in it and all. Oh, I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that train. Thanks.
Well, we definitely knew that was made up. I'm going to miss that train. No, I don't think so. You have your next song, which is Done Gone Gone.
Yes, it is.
What's that about?
It's about a girl.
No.
It's I like to think of it as
We're going to call you Don Juan.
Don Juan. This is the opposite of a love song.
Okay.
And the truth is, it's not really about. It's not really about anybody I know, but it was actually inspired by there was a record that came out. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was called the Hank Williams Notebooks or something. It was a project. His granddaughter, great granddaughter, found a bunch of notebooks in the attic of lyrics that had never been set to music.
Oh, wow.
And I think Columbia bought the rights to it and hired a bunch of people to write songs, and Dylan's on there. I think Lucinda Williams is one of the writers. And I just, for some reason, I just thought, it inspired me to write something that in all modesty, that he might have written. I've tried to be simple,
Right.
And 3 chords, and made the rest of it up.
All right.
It's called Done Gone Gone, and it's here it is. Well, I wake with words I might have said, stale upon my tongue, before I can reach the bottle. I taste every one. Other words I might have kept inside. He called me deacon at the dawn. Sunshine bright and I can't hide. It's a good thing you done gone, gone. It's a good thing you done gone. Well, I never minded my life alone. I breathe easy in the dark. You came careening in overdrive, but a man contented in park. And I should have seen it coming. You quickly made yourself queen to my palm. Your smile, it was a hollow thing, and it's a good thing you done gone, gone. It's a good thing you done gone. 'Cause we were head and tail, hair and snail, farm and jail, rock and sail. We might both be flesh and bone. One's precious gem, one is sinking stone. Pull back, bullseye, baby's gone. time or two. I told my life, hey life, let's just pack it in. I was saved by the vision of my mother's face, or the sound of a guitar string. And often still I shiver. You might be back a little further on. All's well that keeps going, keep going. It's a good thing you done gone, gone. It's a good thing you done gone. It's a good thing you done. It's a good thing you're gone.
Well, I like the title of your next song because it is a question that probably many of us ask ourselves. And that is, what have I got to show for it?
What's your answer?
I'm blessed. I've got all this and all y'all. So,
may I claim the same?
Sure.
Then I do. But it is a question that comes up, isn't it?
It is.
So, do you need to know more?
Well, if the song will speak for itself, I say play the song.
It's the same old story. I once loved a girl. When I was in her arms, I was in a perfect world. I held her for a day, short of forever, then she went away. And now the seas we swam and the skies we shared are gone. What have I got to show for it? What have I got to show for it? What have I got to show for it now? It's a sweet old season of leafing pretty things. Boys and girls go arm in arm, bees buzz about the nectar and the sting. Soon the shivers on, nights blow cold and they grow long. Faded petals fall like 1,000 setting sun. What have I got to show for it? What have I got to show for it? What have I got to show for it now? Woman wants to put joy back in my day. She wants to paint a little color on the gray face of my little pain. And I hold her in my arms, but she leaves before the dawn, without leaving a trace of scent behind. What have I got to show for it? 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 What have I got to show for it now?
Your next song, is that Lester Brown?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about Lester.
Poor penmanship.
No, you're fine. I don't have my glasses on, so.
Lester Brown is made up. I get asked once in a while what comes first, music or words. And that answer is both, but usually the songs that go to completion and stay in the repertoire start with some musical figure. A rhythm or a couple of chord changes. So this probably started just these two chords. And I just started imagining somebody in New Orleans. A hit character. And I gave him a name. Lester Brown. This is his song. Well, bowler and a tie, silk and satin guy, fine Italian shoes, it's Lester Brown. You hear the ladies sigh, you know the reason why. Word is out, Lester's back in town. And when he walks by, twirls a stick and winks an eye. The ladies blush like springtime on the rose, steaming apple pie. Evening growing now, won't be long before the sunset hour close. Catbirds up in the trees. A little sugar with your lemonade. You can curtsy if you please. Hear the cornet melody. Lester's back on the Basin Street Parade. And when he walks past, well, it happens all so fast. He lights them up like match to gasoline. And the setting sun's outclassed. And how that Lester does the dawn. He shines on New Orleans.
You have another song which this really resonates with me is Miss Me When I'm Gone. So many people, whether it be family or friends that have been in your life forever, just decide one day that, they don't have any use for you anymore. They're not going to talk to you. And all I say to that is you're going to miss me when I'm gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, I think we all share, it's a particularly poignant moment in our lives when sometimes we miss people and we don't even get the choice. They just take off. And so I'm not unique in having experienced that many, many times over the past few years. Happily, this isn't the circumstances behind this are a little bit more benign, but still painful. You're from England, right?
Right.
So.
And so she.
Well, I'm going to sing this to you a little bit. I dated a wonderful woman from Somerset, and she has the most lovely parents. They love each other dearly, and I think they were probably high school sweethearts, or maybe even before high school. And like anybody, they would have disagreements occasionally, and her mother would just hunch over and say, "You'll miss me when I'm gone." So I wrote this for them and for Maria. I keep being reminded of the importance of remembering that, because like in the past few years, people have gone sick or taken off, and there's always this, like I've felt it a number of times recently. It is, why didn't I pay more attention? Why didn't I spend more time with them?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't I tell them how much I love them, how much I care about them? You can't maintain every relationship equally, but you get reminded every now and again. So this is kind of about that. It's kind of about that. I've never been this afraid of thinking for myself. The ride is so much easier when you sit behind someone else. And I miss the girl and I feel the ache, but I don't mind a few cliches. Who can look to a distant peak when the dust blows in your face? You'll miss me when I'm gone. You'll miss me when I'm gone. You'll miss me when I'm gone. Sunrise, sunset, wax and wane, turning little world. It all moves so smoothly till I'm reminded of that girl. Should I look over my shoulder, I might see she does the same. We both heed that wise old lie, time heals the wounds away. You'll miss me when miss me when I'm gone. You'll miss me when I'm gone. hear a thing 1,000 times and still not feel it once. To feel that thing night after night, wish you had a second chance. The songbirds cease to favor me, there'll be no thaw come spring. Icy hands upon my heart, she's taken everything. You miss me when I'm gone. You miss me when I'm gone. You miss me when I'm gone. You'll miss me when I'm
Very nice. Very, very nice. So much work to be done.
Ain't that the truth?
It is.
Guy Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I live in a rural area of Canada right now, but before I moved, I had a cabin. I still have the cabin, but I used to go there as often as I could, off-grid. I mostly just spent time by myself, writing and playing guitar. There was a fellow named Dave Ham, who was a real ardent supporter of local music, and he would have a Ham Fest every year on his property, and then he started doing a jam at his place. It never occurred to him to call it the Ham Jam until his buddy Zacharin mentioned it to him. And I didn't really ever go to his jam because I liked sitting by the river and just being by myself. But he asked a few times, and he was a real great. He's passed away. He passed away a couple of years ago. He was a real great presence in the local community. He would volunteer and do sound for everybody when everybody asked. He was there. He had a whole house full of equipment. He'd just pack it up and go, and his wife would help. So I decided that I would honor his good works and go out. And I got in the car and I started driving down the dark roads and listening to the radio, CBC, our equivalent of NPR. And they started talking about Guy Clark, but they were talking about him in the past tense, and he had just passed the day before. We'd suffered musicians had suffered a whole lot of losses, leading up to that. I think Jesse probably took off pretty around the same time. A few other people that I knew. So I was upset and hurt and felt the emptiness. And I got to Dave's place, and I participated in his jam like a responsible adult would. And like I say, I drank his beer, and I drank and I ate his wife's biscuits. And at the end of the evening, I said, "Dave, Guy Clark's gone, and there's so much work to be done." So, you're songwriters, and you know what that means. That was the line. I just said, "Oh, I gotta go.
Yeah,
Gotta get out of here.
Back to the river."
Yeah. So he said, "Oh, wait, I got to show you something." And he went up to the attic in his place, and he brought down this dobro that had belonged to his dad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I don't play dobro, but I can fake my way through it. As I played a couple of chords, I got some ideas. I said, "I gotta go, Dave. I gotta go." And I went back to the cabin, and there was a bottle of Jack Daniels by the desk, and I hadn't opened it in months. And I know alcohol is volatile and it goes, and we've all had the experience of putting a glass of whiskey next to the bed. before you go to sleep, and in the morning waking up and it's just water. It's just golden water. So basically everything that happened in the song is literally what happened in my life. And I worked really hard on this song. Like I admired Guy Clark's craftsmanship, and I felt in some way, like there were probably about 16 versions of this song until I was satisfied with it, and I felt in some way that I was sort of honoring his work ethic, and so I wrote the song, and it references this beautiful guitar, which is from Austin, Texas. Yeah, it's a Collings, and we're good pals.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Lots of wear on there.
Every time I bring it to my guy to do some work, change strings or set up, he says, "What you want me to clean it off?"
It's seasoned.
I say, "Wait."
No.
He knows I'm going to say no. He's
Yeah.
got other people like that. I got a friend with a 1942 Martin that's even dirtier than this.
All right.
Yeah. So this is called "So Much Work to Be Done," and it's for Guy Clark. Well, this whiskey made it through the winter. It's still got a bite, and I lift one to the master. Farewell, farewell, good night. Too many losses for my fingers. Hands can't steady anyone. Here on Crumbling Mountain, there is so much work to be done. When I was driving my particular darkness, a radio voice placed him in the past, and the whole world dimmed a little. Texas stars at half-mast. Can't blame the constellations, the spirit of the sun. On a one-lane road with moonlight, there is so much work to be done. Well, I don't have much to hold me here. No pistol, pony, wife, or kid. But I got a sweet cabin and a guitar from Austin. And what a little good I did. And if I get another morning, I'll know it by the sun. Angling in on a whisper, there is so much work to be done. Well, he wore denim and a Stetson, had a chisel and a pencil and a grin. A master with a job don't ask how or why. He just asks what, when. So play it on your daddy's dobro, or fire off a 21 gun. There's salt in the Rio Grande, and there is so much work to be done. There is so much work to be done. So much work to be done. Thanks for doing some of the work.
Sure.
You and Randy.
You bet.
Yeah.
It's our pleasure.
And thanks for coming out. You're also doing work.
Our pleasure.
You have another song. It's All I Need, and he said in parentheses, is the song.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It's also a craftsman-like endeavor. I first wrote it. I have an old version that seems to be dated 2012. And I know I worked on it for a little while and then presented it to a bunch of people I'm sort of loosely involved with a songwriting group in Toronto. And it was okay, but I could feel that it wasn't really there, and I put it away. And then maybe a year or two ago, I took it out again, and I started playing around with it. I sometimes get really close to finishing a song, and then I abandon it, and I'm guilty of
Guilty.
That. Yeah, I was charged to. Many times. Maybe even so much work to be done. I may have done the same thing. There's a tune I have on my new record called "Bed of Nails." The same thing. There was just one or two lines that were bothering me, and I, instead of doing the work, I imagined there were these gremlins that would come in the middle of the night and open up the notebook to the proper place and do the required
finish it for you.
emendations and fix the words. And of course, it's not true. It hasn't, not in my life anyway. Maybe So I went back to the song and I just sort of picked out the lines that bothered me and tightened things up and sort of narrowed the scope of what I was trying to talk about and make it a more focused piece. Mm-hmm. And it had 3 titles in its evolution. The first one was called "Old Enough," which is too negative. I don't need to emphasize that fact. And then it was called "Walk Away," which is problematic because I have a song called "Don't Walk Away," and I didn't want it to be a thing. Right.
You didn't want to keep walking away.
Yeah. Just, hey, I didn't mean it. And but then I realized what the song was really about. It's about I'm away from home now, and there's a lot of driving, and there's a lot of less than impeccably prepared food that has to be choked down for the sake of the nutritional content. And so there's a voice in my head that says, "What are you doing? What's your point?" And so I had a long conversation on the drive from Spicewood today, and I realized this is the point, and all I need is the song, and it's very new to my repertoire. So I actually should have played it last night, but I'm not used to playing it, so I'm going to take a chance.
Well, you know what? If you make a mistake, only you'll know because we've never heard it.
Well, you'll know because I'll stop.
Well, don't.
You'll know because I'll curse.
Now, one thing, if you do make a mistake in a song, we always are open to you stopping and starting it over again. That's fine.
Right.
No problem.
But all the people on Facebook are going to, amateur.
No.
On YouTube, we'll never see it.
No, I'll get through it. And the thing I like about this song, actually, and I'm hoping that you'll participate with me, it is probably the song that most effectively is a sing-along. I've tried many times, and my choruses are way too complex, too many words. But this one, the chorus is, all I need is the song, all I need is the song. And if that proves too challenging, I also go la 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 la. So, you climb in when you're comfortable. Well, this is, so all I need is the song.
La 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 la.
That's it. Do 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 do. Sorry about that. Not la la la. Do 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 do. Old enough, I got bourbon for blood. Your past and shadow is my raging flood. I got a question mark that shapes her back, that shoulders low. Fragrances remember, and debts still owe. Walk away, all I need is a song. Walk away, all I need is a song. Do, 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 Lost, I searched for Corvus, the southern sky. Black pepper grinds reminds most of the time you'll find we just get by. Till she come down, I'll boot her by the river that whispers, come on in and drown. That's a fine invitation, but I will pass this time around. Walk away, all I need is the song. Walk away, all I need is the song. And I don't know why those clock hands point at me. they were mine, I'd point to sky or open sea. Old enough, 70 languages, rest easy on my tongue. Give me one more hour, I'll say loving everyone. Walk away, all I need is a song. Walk away, all I need is a song. Do-do-do-do. Well done.
Red, Red Bird.
Yes.
What's your next song?
It's interesting because this is the second song that I've said this to. I've repeated a word in the title. I don't know if it's interesting. I just noticed.
Gone, Gone, and Red, Red.
Gone, and yeah.
Getting your
maybe
point
I'm running
across.
out of words. Oh, maybe yeah.
You're
that's
getting
nice.
your point across. You're emphasizing
Emphatic,
that.
yes.
Yes. So is this about a red, red bird?
It is. It's about a red bird. There's also a red, red bird. It's about a cardinal, I suppose.
They're beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful boys.
Mm-hmm.
Because the girls aren't as pretty.
They do a good job, though.
Yeah.
They're very supportive. So this is a song, as I alluded to a time in my life when I was very productive. I'm still productive, but in different ways now. But I was very prolific as a songwriter, and I would write a song. I would perform it once at a cafe that I frequented in Toronto 3 times. And then I'd come home and I'd archive it. I would record it so I wouldn't forget it, and then moved on. And this was one of those songs I played once and just forgot about it. And several years later, my gal wanted to record it. She wanted to translate it to Spanish and record it.
Oh, neat.
And she said, "Hey, I'd like to, would you mind if I," and I said, "That would be fantastic. I don't remember it."
Good thing you recorded it,
Yes.
huh?
So I did. I searched through the tapes and lyric sheets, and I was able to put it back together, and she recorded it. And then another friend of mine subsequently recorded it, and I just recorded it myself. But it was lost, you know, and
And now it's found.
now it's found. Amen. And it, you know, I was on the drive down. I stopped in this. Is it pecan shop? You don't say pecans here.
No, I
you
say pecan.
pecan.
Yeah.
And there was a nightlight that said, "When the cardinals appear, angels are near."
That's right.
And I've actually heard that from a dear friend of mine whose husband was he was a wonderful musician. I loved him dearly, and when she heard the record, my version of the song, she sent me a thing saying that after her husband had passed away, for about a week, there was a cardinal that came outside her door.
Mm-hmm.
And she firmly believes that it was Patrick.
Yeah.
And my mom loved the Cardinals. They lived in Montreal, and I used to go there quite frequently to visit. And she got dementia towards the end of her life, and so she started referring it to as the Red One.
The red one.
Yeah.
That's good.
She knew the song, and she knew what she was looking at, but she didn't remember the word for cardinal, or maybe she didn't. She just felt it wasn't necessary. Like she got to the essence.
Right.
You know, it could be. So this is a very special song in as much as it was essentially, it disappeared. And Laura revived it for me and for whoever hears it, plays it. Red Bird. And I have somewhat of a reputation for being a fairly dark personality.
No.
Yes. I think about things a lot, and often the thoughts are unhelpful and pessimistic and bordering on nihilism. And there's a dog that I know is called Nihilism.
Nihilism.
Yeah, and he's at my heels almost all the time, and I just keep going like this.
Just kick him. Just kick him.
Get
Yeah.
out of here. But I still write a lot of hopeful songs, and this is one of them. Oh, my darling, sometimes you feel so far away. I got the stumble of an infant in the embrace of a man of clay. And you work to find sweet water, a place where you can pray. Oh, my darling, sometimes you feel so far away. My heart is a red, red bird, soars above the dust and the dirt, sings a song you never heard. My heart is a red, red bird. There's nothing we can count on to face the rise and flood. Best we get might be to hold each other, slip together in the mud. Oh, taste the racing waters, feel the cooling of the blood. There's nothing we can count on to face the rise and flood. My heart is a red, red bird, soars above the dust and the dirt, sings a song you never heard. My heart is a red, red bird. Now nothing in the word can put the leaf back on the tree, or color the ghostly outlines of those who hover just out of reach. Oh, teach me how to find a better hour that you see, 'cause nothing in the word can put the leaf back on the tree. My heart is a red, red bird, soars above the dust and the dirt, sings a song you never heard. My heart is a red, red bird. Let your heart be red, red bird, soar above the dust and the dirt, sang a song you never heard. Your heart is a red, red bird.
awesome. Very, very nice. Well, it looks like we are coming to the end of this set, and you're going to take us out with 10 Tons of Road.
Yes.
That definitely sounds like a songwriter travel song. Tell us a little bit about that.
I was sitting in that aforementioned cafe in Toronto. And all the tablecloths were red and white checkered tablecloths, which is fine for a movie set. It's very poor for the first line of a song. And I changed them to blue tablecloths, and that taught me a lot about songwriting, about how I think many people have said it. It's not about facts; it's about telling the truth. So I like to think that those red and white checkered tablecloths wished at the time that they were blue.
Mm-hmm. Were they checkered?
They
Just
were
solid
checkered.
blue.
Just solid blue.
Okay.
Like the mood.
Right.
And I wrote this song. It's about travel. It's about love, and I love this song. I think that's all I got to say about it.
All right.
Yeah, I love this song. I'm glad I'm playing it for you guys.
We are too.
And you back in the booth with the plasma going on around your head. I'm sorry for all the people who can't see it. There's a blue cloth on the table, a pint or two to hold it down. You know how the wind blows wild in the dim light of this town. There's a pair of hands I held, a pair of eyes in which I drowned. Where's the paradise I've been shaking in when love made the siren sound? 10 tons of road beneath my wheels, a million miles of skies above. Can I take me far enough to ever forget our love? I keep a couple of pieces of gravel in the heel of my left shoe. They remind me as I travel of each step I took away from you. Now there's a carving in an old oak tree my sweet edge penknife made. Where are you, my darling? It's cold, you're so cold in the shade. 10 tons of road beneath my wheels, a million miles of skies above. Can I take me far enough to ever forget our love? The tulips, they are opening as the daffodil begins to wilt, and the crocus, it's just history. And see this house I've built. I want to know everything, I want to love everyone. When you come to me and my money's gone, I'll buy you drinks with gold of the sun. 10 tons of road beneath my wheels, a million miles of skies above. Can I take me far enough to ever forget our love?
was beautiful. I can see why that's your favorite.
It's one of the favorites.
No, it has been so enjoyable sitting here
Thank you so
listening to
much.
your beautiful crafted songs. And I want to thank you again for coming all the way from Canada to see us this evening. I also wanted to thank our studio audience this evening, as well as our Facebook Live audience. Thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank Randy for doing the audio work this evening, and to Jean and Barbara for capturing everything in photos that you're going to absolutely love when they send them to you. And thank you, everybody out there in the World Wide Web. You are in the music room.